Welcome everyone to Gloria's Veg Garden. It is the 11th of February and things are looking a lot neater than they were when I filmed a couple of weeks ago. I've been able to get out here and start filling up and sorting out the beds, emptying them, putting some nice, I've had a nice delivery of mushroom compost. So this is this beautiful stuff here. That's been put on the beds, and this bed, you see, they're much neater than the previous video. I've still got two beds to do, which is the back bed and this big side bed. I've tidied up the greens. We're still getting the most amazing kalettes. It's definitely an interesting vegetable, the kalette. These dear little rosettes, which is like an open Brussels sprout. They're so lovely, and I've got, as you can see, I've got loads, and I've got this one, this one, this one. I've had loads of meals off them, and there's three over here. It's a bit like triffids. They're sort of tall, very tall. They're about 4 or 5 foot tall. They really need a really good staking, I've realised. First time I've grown them, but they are quite splendid really. And about half a dozen of them makes a really nice meal. I've only sort of steamed them so far, but I think you could stir fry them and probably do lots of other things with them as well. They're just great. They're long, a bit like a Brussels sprout. They take a long time to grow. Apparently you can eat the top bits as well, which I will do eventually. But apart from falling over, they've been no trouble at all, and having to keep them against the whitefly in the summer. Pleased with those. Anyway, this is the lovely mushroom compost on this bed. This is my garlic, which is coming through now. Winter onions, I got them in so late, embarrassingly late. They are red winter, and what's the other one? I'll show you. Radar, which is always the best one. These were the ones which were amazing last year, but I've got these in very late, so I've covered their bed up with fleece to try and warm them up a bit. Hope they'll come up right. So the garden's looking much better now. It's still giving some lovely greens, and I've just pulled up another lot of lovely carrots here from my, this is my August the 1st sowing. These are a good size again. We shall have those, there we go. So if I put them in my hand, you see it's a good size carrot, it's not tiny. We'll have those roasted, and they roast up so sweetly with our roast dinner today. The difference between the Autumn King and the, what's this one? Amsterdam are amazing. This is the Autumn King, and the green tops stood right through the frost. This is the Amsterdam, and the green tops did not stand through the frost at all. And of course that's affected the carrots underneath. They are there, but they're tiny. They're regrowing, but I think they might have, it might mean they're going to have a hard core. I'll see how we go, but definitely if I'm going to sow in the 1st of August again, or around that time, I will definitely sow a winter hardy carrot, which was, if you show you here, gosh, Autumn carrot, Autumn King. That's our second row. I think the date is on here somewhere. No, I know they're 1st of August because I took another video. So this is kind of the other bed's an experimental bed, which is going to be sort of a hot bed, and I'm going to have a hoop top built on it as part of my birthday present. I'm going to get my handy chap that does stuff to put a hoop top on this so I can warm it up. I'm going to put manure in it, then some straw, then some compost on the top, and then I'm going to put a hoop bed on the top. So hopefully this is going to be like a hot bed come covered up bed. See how we get on with that for early sowings. And I've cleared the barn bed, but as you can see, it's made the base of the barn damp, so I'm going to move this bed forward and by about a foot, well or so. It's not anywhere near the barn, and I am going to do it with sleepers, which is another part of my birthday present. So I'm going to get that bed built a bit more substantially because it's bowing, but the soil is still good. I've weeded that. And these onions were these were Tropea onions, I think, sown in the summer onions, and they didn't do much in the summer, but they've grown like now. They're growing now, so I've taken a load out, and they're the most gorgeous big chunky spring onions. I don't know what's going to happen if I left them, but I'm going to have them as spring onions. I've got about 20 indoors that I cleaned up, I don't know if they would grow into a bulb or they might just grow for seed, but I'm certainly going to eat them. And they're quite substantial really. Again, this long bed needs doing. The strawberries is my next job. I've got some planting pots of the strawberries. They're much too dense here, so I'm going to separate them out, put them into some pots around the place, and then clear the rest of this bed. This is my cutting flowers bed, which is going to be dahlias, gladioli. I want to try and grow some lysianthus, which are these beautiful things that look like little roses. That's an annual. So that's the next, these two beds, hopefully the next time I film will be filled up, and the other beds will be finished. And we'll be up and going, up and running. So I hope this is interesting, certainly looking better than it was, much neater, and nothing much to report other than the garlic and the onions over there. But certainly interesting is the kale, the kalettes, and the carrots, which I'm going to enjoy for my dinner today. See you next time. Bye then.